Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about updates and things Bloxburg can change. So first off, let's start all the way back in December 2022 when Bloxburg was sold for 100 million USD. But throughout the time in 2023, people enjoyed the updates they were putting. For example, updating and revamping the athletic skill, revamping buildings, revamping Bloxburg. People liked it, but now things hasn't been good. For example, as well, they added the color wheel. And then Bloxburg wasn't getting too much players active because 2022 it was like almost ending of the pandemic, so people was basically more busy with school on the pandemic. Kids didn't have to go to school. It would be like virtual classes. Well, for me. And more people was playing for that time. But then in 2023, it went down. So like everything, all the player visits, all of that went downhill because people was more busy. They were more busy with work, school, etc. And since the game was sold, we cannot tell about what's happening because Coeptus still has access to the game, but the thing that is unknown is how much control he has to the game. So we do not know how much power he has for the game. He can still exit the game and edit it, but we still don't know how many things he can do in the game. And since now he's not the actual, the one that is updating the games and everything. Now, we're gonna go over the way to April 2024 when they had an update about the job pay the same. They lowered all the job pays and the pay difference. Now everything right now in July 2024, it's all the jobs pay the same no matter what level are you in. And people in that update were mad, but real mad. People even made protests about the game, made UGC items about the game, protesting. A lot happened, and it was kind of fun seeing people protesting, but it wouldn't be fun for the developers because they were seeing that their community wasn't liking their updates. Then, and as well, in that update, they added a fainting and a towing fee that made the players even more mad, since now you can't be in job for a certain amount of time because you're gonna have to get your moods up back again, because if not you'll faint and it will be worse because you're gonna have to spend money on it. And it's another thing. But another thing that made some players happy was a pre-built house catalog that they added. But for the fees and everything, they wanted to make the game realistic, but I feel like they made the game too realistic and in a bad way, because who would want to play a game that you gotta make sure that you have all your cards, that doesn't get towed, financial things? That's not kind of fun, right? Oh, that's not fun. And that's something that most people hated about. For example, as well, people said that they were only wanted a lot of Robux because of the 2 game passes, Marvelous Moods and Excellent Employee. because on the excellent employee you're supposed to get the double of the amount you get of work. But when you have the marvelous mood, your moods are supposed to go down lower. So now people say they don't work, they are worthless, because it doesn't matter anymore. Now they have the fainting and they lowered all job payments. It's kind of worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, it's not worth it for you buying them, and you're not gonna use them that much. And that's another thing that people is hated on that update, and that as well, Bloxburg was ignoring their community. At that time, they made a post trying to recap about the recent update, but it was most likely about ignoring their community and not doing the updates that the community want. This is like Royal High. Royal High wasn't paying attention to much of their community, and now Royal High is standing barely at 10,000 players active. So it's a bad thing because Bloxburg could go so downhill and nobody will play in the game. Now, as well, they were ignoring that, and they said that they made the jobs pay the same just because the economy of the game was unbalanced. I don't think it's necessary, and I think that's a stupid thing to say, because let's say you work at 3 different jobs. For example, teacher, waiter in a restaurant, or working as a cashier in a supermarket. Not all those jobs pay you the same thing. They all pay you different amount of money. So I think that's something really stupid about it, and I'm not too happy about it too. Now the thing is that when they made the pay difference, if you were if you were working at delivery, you should have gotten max level. You should have gotten 200,000 per hour. But now you get 156,000 per hour by working at the delivery job. So it's just a 22% decrease of what you get now from before. So is it worth it? With all those countless hours you used by working, getting your skills up, but is it worth it though? Because now that this happened, it's kind of not worth it working, because everything in Bloxburg is expensive. It's like a Royal High again. Royal High has everything super expensive. That's why people started playing, because the Royal High stopped paying attention to their community and added their own updates, and they were being selfish. So it's not worth it about it. Now we're gonna go to June 2024 when Bloxburg became free. When Bloxburg became free, it was very disappointing for new players, because Bloxburg didn't promise the updates that were expected in their video about announcing all the things. That's when they announced that Bloxburg will be going free soon. And in that video, they said they wanted to have a map revamp. They wanted all skills to be revamped. And you know what? None of that happened. None of the skills are revamped except for the athletic skill. And the map is not even revamped. It's literally the same old one. Now, the thing is that the game was rushed, and it didn't have time for it to become free. So it didn't have a lot of things that they promised. So the thing is when they announced the day, when after the announcement was posted, whoever set the time to June 15 made a mistake, as the game wasn't ready for what they planned. So the thing is, it wasn't ready, the game, for it to be ready to be free. So that's why many people wanted to play Bloxburg. But when they entered the game, they saw that they didn't have the updates that they promised. So what they do? They left the game and stopped playing. Now that's bad for the Bloxburg community. And since it was rushed the game, it wouldn't have time. Everyone feels that the developers were rushed the game for it to be free, and it wasn't a good idea for it to be rushed. I feel like I wouldn't mind if it was free already, but I would mind that they didn't have their updates promised, and they aren't keeping their promises. Now players don't think the community don't think that the developers are giving them false promises just because of this. So I think they did bad in that, but I feel like they could do better. Now, and before, the thing is that since they realized they weren't having players in the game, that's why they made it free quick, because they wanted to catch players to play the game, so they will have a lot of players active. But that wasn't the case. Now, for my fourth thing I want that are changes that could happen to the game is revert the pay, so bring back the old pay system, and have more engaging jobs like Bloxburg, more build mode game passes. For example, you can have, I don't know, a different type of game pass that it's like marvelous moods. No, it's like scaling one, and we want it to be different and more game pass for build mode. Another thing is more map buildings. Right now the map is really solid. Most likely it's just grass and roads that lead to nothing. Now they could really use to getting more map buildings when they do the map revamp, and it would kind of better for the people to explore and everything. Oh, my last two ones are more Bloxburg items. I feel like they should add more Bloxburg items for it, so that way people would buy more Bloxburg for the items. And lastly, a larger servers with more plots, so that makes role playing so much better. Those are changes that I think that will be useful in Bloxburg, but the main thing about this video is that Bloxburg needs to stop ignoring their players, their community. Basically, they should stop ignoring their community and pay attention to what they say for the updates. So comment down below if you think that I'm right, that they should add these changes to the game, or you think the game is good as it is right now. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!